This is from the U.S. Appeals Court in Manhattan, and it's about a lawsuit that claims President Trump improperly profited from accepting foreign and domestic government payments through his business. Let me bring in NBC News Justice correspondent Pete Williams, who is here now with this new development. Pete, what do we know?
Well, the lawsuit has been revived, is the headline here. It was originally filed by a group called Crew, an ethics group here in Washington, and some restaurant owners and business operators in New York and Washington. Now, Crew has since fallen out of the lawsuit, but the lower court said, no, these groups don't have standing to sue. They appealed, and today the Second Circuit Court of Appeals in Manhattan said, yes, they do have standing. So this is not a decision on the merits about whether they're right or wrong. It's a decision about whether they get to keep up the fight, and the answer is yes, they do. Now,
so
their argument is...
Well, sorry, Pete, go ahead.
Sure. Their argument is that the president's ownership of his hotels and restaurants in Washington and New York unfairly competes when foreign and domestic government officials stay in those facilities that are competing with other businesses because they want to curry favor with the president, and the president benefits financially. And they say that violates the Constitution's emoluments clause, that obscure part of the Constitution that no one ever talked about until Donald Trump became president.
Right.
So the lawsuit is revived. It goes back to the district court now. And interestingly, this is just the opposite of the conclusion that was reached by other courts that have looked at this same question, that these groups don't have standing. So if this continues along this way, we're set up for a possible circuit split here, and this could wind up before the Supreme Court in the next couple of years.
Thank you for checking out our YouTube channel. Why don't you subscribe? It's really easy. Just click on that button down there. And for more news from MSNBC, click on any of these videos here for the latest interviews and highlights. You can get more videos from MSNBC with our newsletters. Head over to msnbc.com/newsletters to sign up.